It's very easy to get lost in possibilities at some point. There are so many keyboards and plugins, softwares available. It's very easy to end up collecting things and not making music. So in the end, for me, it's like a painter. You select your colors and you stick to a palette. So welcome to my music studio here in Paris, France. This is the place where I decided to set up my equipment and record my music for the last 3 years. That's a former atelier from the 19th century. We live in the city center, so after 10 p.m. basically there is nobody around here, you know, and I just like walking around and just trying to get inspiration from the light and all this energy that you can feel in the streets around here.
Here, spinning circles round the bar. I'm drowning in the crowd. At least I
got into music at the age of 6. I studied piano lessons. That was my first contact with an instrument. I heard Jean-Michel Jarre on the radio, and it was basically a shock for me, you know, like these sounds and these soundscapes. And I was like, what the fuck is that? You know, like just asking my parents, and they told me about synthesizers and about this world. And I've always been into this music since then, you know. It was the beginning of this beautiful adventure. On a particular project, I always try to stick to 2-3 keyboards and 2-3 plugins. It's very easy to get lost in possibilities at some point, you know, particularly when it's about electronic music. There are so many keyboards and plugins, softwares available. It's very easy to end up collecting things and not making music. So in the end, for me, it's like a painter. You select your colors and you stick to a palette. Even if producing music is often a lonely process, I've always tried to interact as much as possible with other musicians. At the moment, I'm working on my album, and I love working with Lisette, who is a songwriter and singer, and it creates a brand new territory of colors and ideas, and it's amazing. It gives a lot of life to this electronic equipment. Sometimes we start with a melody that she has in mind. Sometimes we start with a grid and chords and textures, and we just write lyrics on top of it. It's like in life, when you have this good connection with someone you really like or you really love, you don't think about it. It just happens. And it's the same thing in the studio, you know. It just happened. Here to Forget is a song that we wrote 15 years ago with Lisette. Basically, it's the first track, the first song we wrote together. It was just like an improvisation. And we decided to re-record it, add layers of synths.
I'm just here to forget you. I'm just here to forget.
I love the Arturia Piano V because you can adjust the mechanical noise. That's something that I really like. Not using the piano just as an instrument, but as a sound object. And I really like these pedal noises and harmonic resonance. That's something I really used a lot in the song, like this texture that I mixed with other field recording. So what I really enjoyed with the KeyLab ET8 MkII is the feeling. It really feels like a piano. That's something quite unique, actually. I've tried a lot of MIDI keyboards these past 10 years. Even the color, the wood here, and the integration, the knobs, everything is at the right position, everything is at the right place. The screen is not a music instrument. The screen can be a poison, actually, because you don't use your ears anymore. So putting the keyboard at the center of the creative process is very important. And that's a nice improvement that Arturia did on this new version. You can directly connect to the Arturia plugins, but also to your software, to the digital audio workstation, but also now to analog equipment, thanks to the CV Gates output. So the keyboard is really the center peace of the music studio, and you can totally forget about the screen and focus on the creativity and on the performance. Right now I'm working on my upcoming album, which is gonna be released in April or May 2020. I'm trying to focus more than ever on the songwriting process, you know, not only on beats, and I'm just trying to be myself. I think it's probably the most difficult thing in the music scene at the moment. Only way to be different is to be yourself.
Just